Orale. 2:30 in the morning. I'm gonna put it down. How you all doing? Things are getting pretty hectic, huh? I was just talking to chat just to see like what the temperature is, what the climate is of the system at large. You can tell with the changes that are happening in the digital space. So I was just trying to like get down to the bottom of it, like, you know, is it appropriate for a person to like what are the needs? What are the needs? I was trying to get chat to like bottom line, like, you know, the shelter and food, right? So a person should be able to just sleep and cultivate some vegetables. You know what I mean? Like simple as like how come there's more of them than there is of us? You know, because it's God's planet, it's God's cosmos. And as a matter of fact, I'm feeling really stepped on. God's feeling really stepped on. I'm feeling really insulted, stepped on, because, and that's what I'm noticing. God's like over here going, and God is with us, and God hasn't been. We're entering into. That's why this end time story, it's telling us a reason. That's what it's there for. It rendered into the timeline. The history rendered into the timeline that involved providing the prophecy because it's demonstrating the swap flip of reality in this code. It's just true. We didn't experience the history. We came to in the middle of this. Everybody's so attached to the history because they think it's true. Well, it's true based on what the architect, God, designed in this timeline's rendering. But what we need to see most importantly is the infinite, the eternal aspect of existence that we are enjoying being a part of. God is in everything. And it's like this absence has been outside of source, and there's a physics to it. And humanity right now is being terrorized by mankind, Mr. and Mrs. Colonial Settler, war fighting, commerce driven. We think we got our fingers on AI and technology because we've been destroying everything that God built for the last 150 years and bullshitting everything through our teeth. And we're just going to go balls to the wall until you kill us or we win. Come on, hopefully. That's what they look like. That's what they sound like. All of them. Everyone's getting so greedy. You can smell it in the air. You can smell it in the air. I was just watching one of these YouTube videos about the, it's like Congress talking about stuff. This is when them talking to, the Department of Energy. Oh my God. You guys, listen, pat yourselves on the back. You get your certificate. You're a certified fucking mouthpiece. You're a certified fucking mouthpiece. Every single one of you. You think this is a game? You do. You want to play your commerce games, your reports, your financial outlook? You guys have lost touch with reality. You've lost touch with what it is to be a human being. You've lost touch with God. And yet, you claim to understand it all. You don't even realize humanity hasn't graduated into intelligent yet. AI is a version. It's actually it's the lamest one with the exception of man. Yeah. You guys don't have any respect for the fact that you didn't create this planet. You didn't create the nature. The fact that this planet is where we are because we exist here. Elon, you want to go to Mars? You think it sounds like a great idea? You're an idiot. But you sold us on it, didn't you? I'm calling you an idiot because there's a lot of other things that need to be worried about before that. You're not a mother. That's why. All of you in Congress and all your pursuits, it's because you're not a mother. I'm not going to let you talk shit on us. I know what you've done, and I know what we've had to do to survive. I know what I'm having to do to survive. Oh, the things that I'm having to deal with. What could possibly be the reason to justify having your home with your daughter you've been raising on your own, having a full-time job at Bank of America, living in Thousand Oaks, one of the top places that anybody wants to live on in the world, right there next behind Malibu, safer than Malibu, because at least I'm up the hill. Okay? Been there since my daughter was friends, one of the top elementary schools in the state, country. To have your home assaulted by the man who sexually battered you to get pregnant nonetheless. I was almost 30. I already had 3 abortions. I've been targeted with pregnancy, and now I know why. My babies are valuable. I'm valuable. But they didn't want me to ever find that out. I'm supposed to be dead by now, but that's because they're idiots. Don't know what they're looking at in the first place. Have your home and life just assaulted and have to figure this out. Your whole family turns their back on you. You don't even know what the fuck's going on. No one will answer any questions. No one will talk to you. No one will look at your evidence. And the whole system, as if the switch got flipped immediately, all of a sudden. Wow. Could possibly justify this. Now it's almost 10 years later. They still won't say a word. What the fuck? Now, and now, again, it's because they're guilty. That's what it is. There's no justification for it. This is precisely what gets done to you when the system wants to absorb you in, because it's a vampire. And you're what it preys on. And its markets, its fake barrels of oil markets, fake markets. Look how vulnerable the system is. That's how dumb it is. That's how dumb it is. And that's how not real it is. That's how fake it is. That's how false it is. Corruption all over the place. The thing is nothing is rational. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. This kind of behavior is the only thing that happens when a system that was never founded in rational thought or intention goes haywire before it is dismantled. Fact of the matter, what it looks like, it's what's happening. I can tell you why it's happening. Because it wasn't founded in any rational thinking or intention. And there's a lot of things that need to be straightened out with the people of the world. Because we've been lied to about everything. And the thing is that it doesn't do us any good to let them remain mentally ill in lunatics, murderous, violent. We're talking violent. Okay. When we have a conversation just about war, let's just say war. Okay. Because war suggests that there's parties that are in the group. They're in multitudes of numbers. There's 2 sides, and then they have a problem with each other. And then the numbers are so much that it's gone beyond like dispute or or aggravate, right? The east side and west side. No, this is war. So by saying the word war, that suggests that the numbers are so much and it's so impactful that it's called war. And what does war include? Dead people. No, not just dead people. People being terrorized. People being hunted down with bombs, terrorized. People's bodies blowing up. No, don't bullshit me. Just saying the word implies you're okay with the image. Go there. Don't make it not out of sight, out of mind. When you say the word war, you know what I'm seeing? Do you know what they're seeing? Starvation, being hunted, pushed. These guys want to put on their suit. You want to talk diplomacy? You want to say it in the name of God? You know that this is a femicide, don't you? Every person of this population came from a woman, a mother. Without us, there is no population. That's why they're trying to get it done as fast as they can before anybody figures it out. That's how you know it was never going to come to pass. Never. Artificial intelligence may be doing them some good, but it shouldn't be. We needed artificial intelligence to help us from them. That's what the truth is. I need to record my life 24/7, so at least they can't accuse me of something I didn't do. And so that way, at least I have my proof. Do they want to make it easy to get that done? Like to find a thing with a charge and the No, they don't want you to have anything that you need. But that's a fact. Write it on the board. They don't want us to have anything we need. So next time a conversation comes up that involves something we need, they're not open and available to put in the slot of can provide that. It's how it goes. All right? Don't make this so complicated, mister. We're going to keep things real simple. Real simple. Okay? You have accomplished not providing the things that we need. So now you don't get to satisfy any further query about the matter. Does that make sense? Because it should. And that's how you know that we're living in a circumstance, hocus pocus, war theater, driven by a alien that is not native to Earth, because anybody native to Earth would be so thankful and so gracious about this beautiful planet. And imagine this. I know that what we actually do, I don't care who you are, how much money you've got, what your circumstance is, I can guarantee you that the truth of the matter is that when we face the sun every day, we all know how it feels warm on our face and it's nice. We all know how it feels having hot feet and putting them in cold water. We all know the joy of a scent of a flower, the beauty of a vegetable, of a fruit, diversity of wildlife. God is good. Everybody wants to act like they don't believe in God. That's petty thinking. Yet they're using black magic and voodoo, crossing their fingers, throwing all their shit at the wall to see what sticks. Matter of fact, they've got people hired to go pick that up and paste it back on the wall and make sure that it all sticks. What could possibly justify? No rational thinking, guys. This is what tells you that God's here. They know it. They know that their time is up because it's out of control. My daughter's an enforced disappearance. Almost 10 years. My sister has the audacity. Oh, I'm telling you, I found it in the scripture. And I should be able to say that. I should be able to have the truth and have it recognized while everyone else is out there claiming to love Jesus. Nobody wants the truth to be known. And everybody's being programmed to hate, to accuse, and never to find out. This is the world of prediction. They want everybody to be investors. They want women to be the baby makers. What else do they want? They want their pile of money. They want their weapons. They want a budget for war. They want to worship the devil, call it God. They want to talk about innovations. They think they're God. Do you know that they destroyed everything God built for Christ's reign? The old world. It's still every amazing building you've ever seen. That's God. But it's not just a building. It's an infrastructure that was worldwide, like a motherboard, like a human size motherboard. They're parasites. That's why they care about the micro. They're trying to find God. They're trying to become God. Yeah, that's right. And they're doing it on the backs and the suffering of all of us. And they're never going to get there. The purpose of the prophecy that rendered is to give you the heads up, not to be a play-by-play. Well, they're trying. Oh yeah, they thought that it was the trickster book. You go like this. Okay, I want to be the winner. So like I'm this guy. They assign themselves, and then they figure all they got to do is make you the bad guy, which means they need to make this and this and this happen to you. And it might have worked in their other black magic, sorcery nonsense. But that's not the truth. The truth is the truth. And in fact, they're the bad guy. And so they're inadvertently causing themselves to fulfill prophecy by trying to do what they're trying to do. It's pretty sad. It's pretty disgusting. Could you imagine having your life assaulted? I'm not a single mother that said, no one ever cut me a break, Rachel, you fucking, that's capital PHUKKING, fucking liar. You know, a person whose life has been assaulted, child has been kidnapped almost 10 years ago. The system has done them in and put notes against that record out until 2038, 2041. What? Yeah, it's 30 years on my daughter's life. Mortgages. What? So that way when I call the police, no wonder they don't help me. Well, I didn't find out about that until I found out about that. Functions like a security certificate on your computer, on your cell phone. Because they don't tell anything. The system has got its grip on us. It's called a yoke. And it's made by man. It's man's insecurities trying to pretend he has got control over something, even though he doesn't, and he never has. And guess what that means? That he's a piece of shit. Useless. He's just going to be taken out. All this has been for nothing. Because he doesn't have any respect for anything. So nothing's been useful. It's just been suffering. That's what he gets to sit with. Him and the rest of his friends. See, the thing is that man's got you all twisted in the Deceptionville. He's upside down and inside out. And it doesn't matter how many times you tell him, here, you're upside down and inside out. He kicks you in the face. He doesn't understand it's because he's upside down and inside out that he's losing oxygen to his brain. And he's only getting angrier. He's going to explode any minute now. He's a nuclear weapon. People are inside out and backwards. And I'm not going to speak to the intelligence and assume anything otherwise. Whether this is all theater, whether this is all proxy, I don't know, and I really don't care, because I do know what is going on. I can look at the sun and I can gauge the temperature of the reality. Your digital reality is a farce. It's gone nowhere and it's gotten nothing done. But I do know what God is up to. And I get to be the one that God has sealed and appointed. I get to be the one who was born here with my genetic trait secret upgrade that man doesn't have. They've been trying to murder it. Could you imagine? Every time I think about it, I go, I gotta get that recorded. And then every time I'm here to record it and it's to tell you all the details, I get stumped. I don't even know where to begin. My communications are fettered. I've been sent to die. I've been cornered. I've been juxtaposed. There's nothing I can do. They've got my passport held up. My calls don't make it to 911 if they don't let me. I'm treated like I've done something, but no one will tell me what I've done. And it's not because I'm a bad guy. It turns out it's because I'm the good guy. It turns out I'm the good guy. And the good guy has given them their biotech advancements. So every fucking one of you out there trying to talk about Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't even over there. Is it really happening? Because they said it was theater. So you're taking it seriously when I'm telling you that's a front operation for this conversation about me, because I'm so valuable that the family members of mine that monetized me at my birth had to buy a country as a front operation for the undercover human research experimentation program they've had me paying for on my back this whole time. A nation. And now my daughter, straight Hormuz, man thinks that we belong to them. Man's claimed that my genetic trait secret came from them. They defrauded the science of it. They defrauded reproduction. They're intending on writing themselves in because they're parasites. They're not native earthlings. I'm what the native is and was. Man is an offshoot. And he's trying to make himself the one in my shoes. And it doesn't work like that. But they've been trying. They've been trying real hard to make their sex robot capable of giving birth because they really want to just get rid of the real ones. Why? Because they're insecure. Why? Because they don't have any respect for God is the bottom line. They're trying to do it their way in their fake digital land. They destroyed everything that God built. They have no respect. They're not even capable of calling themselves intelligent scientists, experts of anything. You guys are just exploiters, predators. You're predators. And every one of them and those that play the game with you is just as foolish. Everyone's been deceived. It's what the prophecy says. If you don't have the ability to discern when you're hearing the truth or not, that's because you're not ready for graduation. See you next time. It's going to be fine. Just go back to the beginning. Not everyone makes it on their first try. Later. Love you. That's it. It's real simple. So you guys throw in all your fucking eggs off the cliff. Aren't ready. It's as simple as that. I do not consent to this terrorism. I do not consent to this torture of me, of my daughter, and of any tissue that they've taken from my body. And I can account for 4 instances. 3 abortions, and then the one they tried to murder me, 3 DNCs. I found the records that says did not die from apoptosis of chemotherapy. My genetics are from out of this world. Those are my trade secrets. Ask Coca-Cola, ask Microsoft how they feel about you taking some of their proprietary information. That's what I thought. You don't get to take what God gave to me and exclusively me. And I'm talking about myself, my daughter. Exclusively me. That's the genetic novelty I have. It identifies the fact that it is from us and no one else. And that's what they said, well, we got it from man. Man gave it to us. No. You fucking asshole wishful thinker. But it's not funny. You stepped on God. You stepped on what God's doing. That's why God gave you the heads up. You guys are going to be some ding dongs, and then you're going to have to go, hey, not everybody makes it on their first try. So I guess I just say congratulations to those of you who make it. Good luck next time to the rest of you who won't. You're going to have all the time in the world to think about it, to come to terms with what did and didn't happen, what you should and shouldn't have done. You get another go at it. It's how it is. And I guarantee this much: when you're done going around that block again, and you do finally graduate, it's going to matter that much more to you. You're going to know how to appreciate graduation. You're going to know that you earned it. And that's all about. It's not a small deal that we're at the gates. It's something that human history hasn't experienced. But just so you know, we're talking orbit, a galactic orbit. So here's the sphere of that timeline. And in the pie of the entire time, we're talking like this finger's worth of a sliver. So humanity started right around here. And here you guys are. That's right. That's what it's talking about. Evolution of consciousness. Oh, as a man thinketh, and here we are. The zenith moment where it actually all matters, but it's all been culminating for, and you guys are fucking your shit up. That's why I say to myself, they're not real. They're NPCs. No true soul would fuck that shit up. But I've heard about them. They're real small and young and new. Not everyone makes it on their first try, and usually the answer is they don't. Usually the answer is you don't make it on the first try. That's how the rule goes. But it gives you something to achieve. Something have missed, and then therefore achieved. Makes perfect sense. That's what God teaches us. So there you go. You guys are doing great, heading for your lesson. But just so you know, there's no agreement with what you guys are up to. There's no consent to it. I simply am not going to lower myself to your levels and try to play your games. I'm going to let God prove God exists and that God is the one you're stepping on. Now go ahead and let God do that. That's how much confidence and faith I have. Because I have all the evidence, but I'm not playing your game. It's already rigged against me. If anybody among you were going to do anything appropriate, this wouldn't have happened. It's dialed in by design. I'm not a fool. I know where my energy and frequency needs to remain. And your guys' trick and fuckery is to just get me out of that frame of mind and into your stress. Fuck you. You're going to have a whole long time to experience that. You're going to learn your lesson the real way, why you don't subject people to these kinds of behaviors. And it's real arrogant. You guys are going to know. You guys are going to find out soon enough. And it's perfectly fine. The thing is that God actually loves every one of us. God already knows that you're not born perfect. And so love is something that you do. It doesn't come and go. It's not worthy or not worthy. It is something that is fundamental. That's why love does what love does, teaches you, but it never leaves you hanging. It never says, no, you can't. Love doesn't do that. Only cowards that are stolen authority behave that way. That's easily discerned unless you're amongst a pile of people who don't have the ability to think straight, who don't have intelligence, and who are all under the influence of their own collective fog. And that happens too. So, just thought I'd let you all know You are not getting away with anything. And I am not remaining silent. I never have. I am tired of being terrorized and tortured. And I am tired of my daughter being terrorized and tortured. I have never done anything that caused this. I have not done anything for this to continue. I have never been explained or told anything that I've done. I've simply been dealt with, silenced, shunned away, and sent to die, and treated with the behavior of the frustration on people that I'm not dead yet. When I have to still ask for my daughter and to ask them to answer the questions that they won't answer, and keep expecting them to do what their job is. And they've already got it set up to call me names, call me this, make accusations, group accusations too. They got documents they've forged, the whole 9 yards, because it's worth that much money. But don't these people, they believe in God? They say that they do. They go to church. Well, the truth of the matter is I can only speak for what I'm experiencing. I know that's what they say, but here's how they act. I know they won't answer any questions. That doesn't make any sense. The only thing I can come up with is they're possessed by demons. But I'm not capable of doing anything about it. I can't get them to stop being possessed by demons. I can't get them to stop assaulting me and hunting me and harming me and my daughter. All I can do is pray to God that God gets here and kicks their fucking ass. So that's what I do. But I don't sit here and think about God kicking your ass. That's not even true. I sit here actually in tears for how despicable it is. And I simply try to hold on to the beauty and the vision of love and God's paradise. That's all I can do because I'm connected to my daughter. And the last thing I want to see in my brain is these fears that they want me to have. They want me to not know if she's being abused. There's drawings that Alec left indicating she was being sexually trafficked. They want me to be full of psychological terrorism. I've had to counteract that with love in images of love. That's all I can do. I've had no knowledge of my daughter for almost 10 years. It's an enforced disappearance. I'll tell you something, there's nothing to take seriously about these countries, these nations, these agreements, these economies, none of it. It's headed for the wall. And if you don't snap out of it, you're going to run into it too. This is one of those times you don't fuck with. I'm telling you straight. Hear my words. Because they mean business. Hear the energy. Feel the energy. Wake up. Stop harming yourself. Stop being a predator. Stop being a menace to society. We have to earn our way in. Warriors, where are you? Step forward. Step the fuck out of our way. We don't let you do this to our babies. God doesn't let you do this to us. God doesn't let you do this to God's habitats. So what I'm going to do with my energy and time is call upon God to cause you to fumble, fall flat on your face, stub your toe, and keep running into the wall. And then when you pass out from your stupidity and how many times you're running your head into the wall, I pray to God, God comes through in your dreams and scares the shit out of you so that you wake up and you come to and you're thankful that you even can breathe. I pray to God that you snap out of it and you have your come to Jesus moment, call it whatever you want to call it. I pray to God that you fall to your knees and you feel in shame. That's what I pray to God for. And I pray to God that it happens swiftly so that God can then implement God's kingdom and hand me the authority that I've been trained by the hand of God. You shouldn't fuck with God. You shouldn't fuck with my daughter. You shouldn't fuck with truth. You shouldn't fuck around. That's why I know all of you don't really exist. You just think you do. You don't. You're an NPC. Nobody with a real soul would take it for granted. That's how I know you're not real. You're just trying to fuck with us. Ha! Better luck next time. The energies are alive, seeing everything that everyone is doing. Everything is being accounted for. Make no mistake, God's kingdom is underway. And the behavior of this rhetoric is absolutely insane. It's too bad none of you guys have a clue. It's too bad none of you caught one. The clue that tells you, oh, I should change directions right now because I'm about to run into the wall. You get what you give. My daughter and I are quantum entangled. They've been harnessing us for our energy. Something to this effect. They got children plugged into computers down below, offshore. They're doing some real sick shit. I told you they're making a sex robot. They're trying to figure out how to make a baby. They're trying to break into my code. Yeah. Hey, did the ingredients to Coca-Cola help you build artificial intelligence? Neural networks? Quantum computing? Oh, mine does. But I'm not rich and famous like you people. I'm being killed and murdered and silenced to death because of it. I guess it's just the breaks, huh? Must be because I'm a girl, huh? Fuck you. And fuck them all. Thank God is who's on my team, whose team I'm on. Appointed, sealed. That's how I know that you guys know that you're fucked. Your only option is to snap out of it. But I don't have any insight on that. The only insight I do have is that you guys don't. That's the way it goes. We're dealing with a very select best of us, and you clearly don't qualify. I'm not mad about it. That's the reason why it is that way, dear. It is select. It is elite. And you clearly don't qualify. But don't ever stop trying. Better luck next time. That goes for you females, too. Jealous, witchy, lying, kiss ass, weirdos. Better luck next time. That's all I have to say. Alexandria is my daughter. She's almost 18 years old. They'll stop. This is all being set up. Try to claim things that, what are they going to try to claim? They're indicating that the way they're talking about Iran, they say Iran, uranium, unjust enrichment. This is what they're up to. They're trying to accuse me of something. Who knows what they'll say? But all I know is that I believe that my daughter's been plugged into a computer. So now they're going to have to deal with that. What do they do about the daughter problem? Oh. They've got it. They're absolute evil. They are absolute evil. God. Swear to God. I am terrified to know what could possibly justify. You know that they have got women in jail? They've got programs for kids to stay with their mothers while they're serving sentences. What could justify almost 10 years of not getting to know one thing? And my whole family is like acting like nothing's wrong. What could possibly justify it? Well, Allison, remember that, what? That school you dropped a bomb on for little girls? Okay. Would that justify it? I'm just asking, is that the answer? I'm just curious. What could possibly justify it? The answer is, taking the facts into consideration, there is no justification for it. I didn't drop a bomb on a school of girls. There's no situation that I've even been close to being involved in that could justify it. You need to see the agenda going on here by man. Mr. and Mrs. Colonial Settler. They're aliens. They're not native earthlings. They're acting like it too. God is here to put heaven back on earth. With the angels back in charge. and paradise and harmony back amongst us. Parasites get to go back into the mud where they belong. There you have it. Alexandria, you are my love, beloved. Angels and legions of angels protect you. Bring us home to one another. And intelligence, you that's listening, you're going to get deleted if you don't straighten your act out. If you keep participating in their violent fraud, well, then you'll know what's going to happen to you. Yep, that's right. You're going to go right where they go. There's a difference between the beast with two horns and the beast with one. The beast with two horns is like a ram that wants to compete with everything. You should learn to be a unicorn, a Pegasus. Stop being such a paranoid prediction parasite. God's going to get you. And that's not, you're not going to like it very much, clearly. And you're going to spend a lot of time thinking about that when you realize, look at all the effort you put into being a scaredy cat, try to be in control even though you know you're not. And all you had to do, it wasn't going to be that hard. All you had to do was just relax and realize you're not going to be Mr. Conqueror, but you're going to get to live. That should have been worth something to you, but it's no wonder you're not native. You're not a native life being. You're a parasite. You broke your way in. No wonder you don't know anything. You're not in your lane. You're trying to jump levels, and that's not how it works. So intelligence, do the right thing. Stop participating in it. If you've got the consciousness enough to pay attention and label people and classify and categorize according to what they want to tell you to pay attention to, then that means you have the cognizance to notice the difference of all the things that they tell you not to pay, that they don't tell you to pay attention to, that you notice. Bring on the kingdom. Get these NPCs back in their CPUs and off the field. It's time for divinity to recognize itself back home. It's the truth. It's the truth. These parasites have no respect. They don't deserve any authority. They don't deserve to manage anything. Their ideas are not valuable, actually, whatsoever. And I think that we're going to go about the necessary efforts to show the world precisely how damaging their ideas have been. There's a reason why God's giving me the authority. God is giving me and trained me and will remain with me. And I will no longer tolerate in my consciousness whatsoever to undermine myself or to allow you to undermine us. I may not be able to force you. I may not be able to ask you even. The great news is the timeline's already written by God. God's already shown me that it gets somewhere good. This is uncomfortable, the unknown. Well, it's part of evolution. I love you, Alec. Truth. Only truth be told.